Okay, hello, welcome back to another game of chess. Today playing move e4 as per usual. We are steadily creeping back up. We see a Caro-Kann steadily creeping back up towards 2200. I've never actually been past 2200, but we go e5. Give me bishop f5 here. Knight c3. Give me e6. Awesome stuff. We get to play the Shirov variation g4 of the Caro-Kann. This is my current favorite bit of theory, I believe. My opponent goes h6. Now that is slightly inaccurate. The reason why is not so obvious. I kind of can't remember. I think maybe you go h4, or maybe you go knight to f4. If the bishop steps back, then you go bishop d3, and if bishop takes queen takes, you just have a super active position. That might be it. I'm gonna go h4 just because I like expanding with these pawns. If the move c5 had been played, then my preparation is to play h4. That is the main line, I believe, in the Shirov variation. But now, do I go f4 actually? I think I do. Okay, we just launch all the pawns. This is the plan. Launch all the pawns. And some of you may be thinking this looks incredibly dubious. Who am I watching right now? Well, you're watching an absolute master at work, I must say, as I'm about to play the move f5. I'm probably not about to play the move f5. Pawn takes. Bishop takes. Yeah, I feel like that does just give up a pawn. I could play. I'm surprised my opponent hasn't played c5 yet. I think maybe it makes sense to go h5, force the bishop back. Although actually the bishop could come to e4 in that case because this knight is pinned and it could throw my rook. I don't see that necessarily being a great idea, but maybe. Let's just play a3. Let's give this bishop a little kick first. We don't want to get too excited here. If my opponent goes for this bishop e4 idea, I think I'll just play rook g1. Because if I take the bishop, they take my rook. And now they maintain this pin. I'm kind of not convinced. Can I play bishop b4? I mean, not bishop b4, b4. Force the bishop back to b6, and then play like knight to a4, and go after this bishop. And then if it drops back, I try and put my knight on c5. That could be funny. I kind of doubt it can be a good idea though. So let's play knight g3. I'm somewhat more convinced by this because we support f5. We hold the threat of bishop e4. We open up this light square bishop to potentially play some kind of bishop d3. The reason they haven't played c5, or maybe one of the reasons, is to prevent any ideas of bishop b5 being a meaningful move, but it's white, I mean, just suffocates black here. And okay, if I go f5 now, and we see takes, there's probably some crazy line with like e6. Some of my prep is like actually looks like this. And then we play something like bishop g5. Okay, if I go h5, we kind of force bishop h7. So I think I'm going to go for this. Force the bishop back, claim some more space, fine. Then we play bishop d3. And after my opponent has moved that bishop, okay, we're just going to take this back. If they play c5 now, we are already reinforced here. And then we take with the queen, and we just have the most insane expansion I have ever seen. It's got to be f5. It just has to be f5. That's what we've been working towards playing. My opponent comes in here. Do I care? Like, my bishop dominates this knight. I guess the knight more dominates my bishop because it hasn't really moved, but takes. And I don't have queen g6 because the knight holds, which is annoying. And that's actually, maybe I should have tried to play bishop g5 earlier, or the move g5 to then get my bishop on g5. Could also go for a4, bishop a3, but then the knight could just take, rook takes, and my rook's just looking stupid there. If I go for f6, takes, like just knight drops back. Is there any merit in it? You know what? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to do something that looks absolutely disgusting. We are, just because I can, and because I want my rook on the f-file, I'm going to play king-side castles. with the moves g4, h4, sorry, h5 and f5 all played. I'm castling kingside. My opponent drops their knight back. Now I take. Now I take and I infiltrate. Oh, this can't be good for my opponent, surely. They castle kingside? I don't believe in this. Takes, takes. Yeah, we're just going to do this, and then rook takes. And then we're going to go queen g6. And hello, it doesn't look good. Knight to f5? We hit g7? How are you going to defend that? Queen to, like, f8, maybe? And then all of a sudden, oh, bishop h6. Ladies and gentlemen, look at this position. We might see queen g5, actually. Okay, I'm not going to speak too soon, but this is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. Across to f8, do I not just have bishop h6? Oh my goodness, you cannot take because of the pin. The bishop comes in. I can even bring the rook to f1. Knight here. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Okay, I mean, I'm probably winning if I just take and like bishop g5. But surely like bishop takes here. You can't take with queen, you get checkmated. Bishop takes, you can't move the king. So there will be a discovery. There will be a discovered check. Now if bishop takes and you take the knight, then I just take your queen. Okay, it's bishop takes g7. Guys, I mean, if you don't want to play the Shirov attack against the Caro-Kann, I completely missed that. I'm so bad at chess. We can take here. I literally didn't even... I didn't even see that my queen was hanging. Are you stupid? Dude. Okay. We're still fine. Probably still winning. But that is just not good. Don't throw it, don't throw it. Come on, focus. Focus. You're still probably winning. Actually, probably not. The 2 knights. Okay. How are we doing this? Come on. Do I want to destabilize my knight here? Maybe not. We're going for it. We're pushing the pawns. My knight holds g7. This is still a good position. I'm so bad. How did I miss that my queen? That's ridiculous. What would I have played if I'd seen that? Like, just queen g7, queen g7? Knight here? That would have worked. Okay. I'm going to go for g6. I need to get my rook involved. Probably we're going to see rook f8. There we go. Now we're going to go rook f1. Take the knight. I want to play h6. I want to play h7. I want to play g7 somehow. I want to just push these pawns. I need to somehow facilitate this not being a blunder. But if I play h6, if I get h6 in, the king is suffocated. Now the king is already suffocated because the knight holds g7. But h6? Damn, I'm really 2150 and missing that my queen's hanging. That is in... Okay, now we play h6. Right, you've gone over here. I think that's greedy. I think that is greedy because now... Oh my god, surely there has to be something here. Check. Here, is there just nothing? That's going to be so annoying. Oh no, wait, just check. And we win somehow? Probably. Because king here... Oh yeah, we just win, I think. Because we go check, you have to take, and then I pick up the rook. Or I pick up the rook, you have to take, check, only legal move and I promote. Wow. Okay, did not deserve this, but what a finish. The only legal moves, and we just win. There's checkmate, unstoppable, on the next move. Just pre-moving the end of the game there. Let's just analyze that. Okay, so here we are in the analysis. Let's go through the game. So we'll bring up the master's database just because this is some awesome theory now. c6, d4, d5, e5, bishop f5, and if you look at the top moves here, knight c3, the Van der Wiel attack is one of the most popular ones. e6 here, and then the top move, 1,800 games played at master level in this variation, g5. Fabiano Caruana has played this. Gary Kasparov has played this. Alexei Shirov, of course. My face cam might be in the way, sorry, but we've seen, Veselin Topalov, Alexei Shirov, Vishwanathan Anand. Just huge names have played this variation, but Shirov has a bunch of wins with it, so it is called the Shirov variation in many circles. Now, bishop g6, knight ge2, and c5 is the best move that most people will play. My opponent went for h6, which a lot of masters have played. Vasily Smyslov, wasn't he a world champion? I might be thinking of another Smyslov, but I think he was actually a world champion. He's played this move, so I mean, you can't hate on the guy. Now, I was right in saying knight f4 was the computer's recommendation. I went for h4. The knight moves, and then f4. Okay, we are lashing out here. This is inaccurate. They should take it. And then, okay, it wanted me to play h5, actually. Wow, okay. I played h5 in the end, yeah, here. And after bishop h7, bishop d3, takes, bishop takes, queen takes. I mean, here I felt comfortable because I was just left with this absolutely insane pawn structure, ready to attack the king. If I was my opponent, I would have tried to go queen b6 and just castle this way. Even then, there's an open b file. It doesn't look pleasant. But my king's weirdly safe somehow under this pawn structure. So the knight comes out. I went for f5. Knight comes in. Kingside castle's best move because, of course, I'm an engine. And then after the knight steps back, that is a mistake because here, and if the pawn is recaptured, queen g6, this is the whole point of going for, sorry, let me just go all the way back. Bishop d3, such that after bishop takes, you're going to get queen d3. Even if the bishop doesn't take, you can take their rook here and get queen d3 with tempo on the rook. So, yeah, that is a super nice square to access. My opponent castles, we take. I mean, you just see how easy it is for them to go wrong. One wrong move, and it's just all over. Takes here, king takes, queen g6, best. King goes back, knight f5, best. Queen across, bishop takes, awesome. I then missed that this move attacked my queen. If I had not missed that, I may have considered this move queen e6. And, it's just forced mate, apparently. Wow. Also, there's probably the option to just take here, which I would have done if I'd realized my queen was hanging, such that after this, there's just knight takes, you can step back, you just up 3 pawns, these pawns are going to roll, and it's going to be a beautiful game. However, I of course missed that, completely blundering it, but still, I am a little better. That's composure for you, maintaining that I was a little better. And after blundering my queen, I then took my opponent's queen, knight steps back, and g5, best move. The only move to maintain the advantage, as you see here really, is g5, going straight for the neck of this king. And after my opponent moves, g6, just getting this complete, suffocating clamp. Rook f8, rook f1, best. It seems after I blundered my queen, and then just h6, and look how winning I am. Knight e7, king's forced to move, rook takes, knight takes, g7, king moves, queens, knight moves, checkmate. All by force. Wow. So after h6, what an insane mating pattern. Just look at the 2 pawns here. I mean, this is ridiculous because the pawns here, if you look at the start of the game, we of course played the Shirov variation. These pawns started rolling very early. And then obviously if you look at what happened at the end, these pawns just crushed here with this move. The knight is beautifully placed here, preventing the king from coming back here to collect the queen on promotion. Just awesome, awesome stuff. So yeah, apart from the hanging of my queen, what a great game. And composure. I'm going to show you guys that I'm human too. I'm not just stockfish. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed that insane game, then let me know in the comments. Of course, like, comment, subscribe, all of that stuff. Shirov, Caro-Kann, most beautiful opening. My mate Kyle showed it to me, and I have since won. Wait, let me just quickly check. Player will Taylor chess as white. We'll go back to the move. G4 here. Look at this. Me as white in rapid games, I have had this position 11 times and have played. My performance rating is 2382 in this opening. I have lost once, and look at all of these huge wins. So yeah, I would recommend to play this opening. Very exciting stuff. Unfortunately, blundered my queen along the way, but you have to live and you learn. I've been playing a lot of blitz, and somehow I missed my queen was under attack, but we got away with it and then still crushed our opponent there. I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.